I think that guy standing on the side over there thought he was getting shot. Right, welcome back guys to another video, and what I've got for you today is, as you've probably seen on the intro, is a Golf R pre-facelift. And this is no usual Golf R. This is a stage 3 Golf R running 500 brake horsepower, and it's Axel's Golf R, and he's basically bought it here just so we could video it for the channel for you guys to see. And I hope you enjoy the video, and what we'll do is we'll go through a few of the bits because it's had quite a lot of work done. It's a bit of a change to the usual kind of like settings that we have on the videos. Basically, Axel will go through the work that it's had done, and then we'll go for a walk around the car, and then we'll go for a drive. And honestly, this car is mega. It's loud in every possible way, which is how it needs to be with the power figures it's running. It's not a sleeper car. You can hear it coming, and then you can see it coming, and then you will see it coming because it is bloody quick. Axel, thank you very much for popping down and giving us the opportunity to video this car. What have you actually had done to this car then?
Well, thanks for having me on the channel, Nav.
No problem.
Always a pleasure. And yeah, so I actually bought the car off you and your brother when it was stage 2. And at that point, I believe it had the upgraded turbo core with the standard turbo.
Yes,
it had
Litco.
Yeah. Who have actually done my hybrid turbo that is running now. And then Wagner front mount intercooler, racing line R600 air intake. And as I just mentioned, to go stage 3, I've installed the Litco L500 hybrid turbo with a stage 3 map. The tune's done by VRS down in Northampton. They've done a gearbox map and the engine map, and as you can tell, they've added the crackles and pops.
Yes, so the gearbox map needs to be done, doesn't it, on these cars when you start upgrading? I know some people just map the engines, but the DSG boxes on these VAG cars, it is important to get them done. It improves the response, and there's no lag. If you've never had it done, you'd think, yeah, there's no need for it. But when you drive one that's been done, like this one has, and then you drive one that hasn't been done, you can tell the difference. When you're running more power, you want a sharper response from the gearbox, and they do such a good job, honestly, once they've been remapped. And like Axel's car here, this has all been done, and it is it is a mega car. Seriously, mega car. It's got the 4-motion system. Golf R's come with a standard, so it puts the power down beautifully. There's no traction issues at all, and it's just the general 4-wheel drive. It handles very well. You can take it around bends, and I mean, we've just been for a little spin, and this thing grips and goes. Quite literally, in them words, it grips and goes. It's a mega Golf R. Right, so Axel also has his own YouTube channel. I'll put a link in the description, and there's also a video of this car on his channel alongside a fair few other videos, so please do check him out. He's been in the YouTube game for a long time, so there's going to be videos on there for everybody. Please do check him out. Give him a subscribe, share, like, and follow him. And so yeah, there was a little bit of an issue Axel had with this car. A lot of people are a bit, bit reluctant to share info about issues that they've had, but Axel's quite open. He's made a video of it and it's on his channel, and I let him go through what actually happened. So if you can explain what actually happened. I know it was a bit of a traumatic experience when it did actually happen. This, if you want to go for that's quick and loud, and you're not afraid of it being loud in every way, this is how you want to do it. This is exactly how you want to do it. The wrap on this car looks absolutely stunning in the flesh. Seriously, it's hard to describe how it looks like. It's like a flip sort of paint, bit of purple, green, bronze. It's just an amazing sort of colour. You don't see them around now. I know many years ago there's a few cars like this wrapped around, but no, this car is loud to look at, it's loud to listen to, and it shifts. These are the 3 main things you need on a loud car, and this has got them all: power, looks, and the noise. It's all there. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll take a little walk around the car and then we'll go for a drive. So I hope you enjoy the video. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel, Performance Lifestyles. We're on Instagram as well, Performance_Lifestyles, and on Facebook as well, Performance Lifestyles, obviously. So please do check us out, subscribe to our channel, help us grow. We've got a few videos uploaded already. There's going to be something on there for everybody, I'm sure, I hope. So yeah, and we've got plenty of content to come. And as I mentioned, Axel also has his own YouTube channel as well. So I'll put a link in the description. And if you actually want to mention the name.
Yeah, so it's just my name, Axel Grassy-Havnen, which is spelled AXELGRASSIHAVNEN. You'll find me if you just search that.
It was easier for him to say it than me. So yeah, check him out. There's gonna be stuff on his channel as well. He's got a variety of things on there. So if you're into your gaming, he's got gaming stuff, music stuff, and car stuff. So yeah, do check him out. I'll put a link in the description anyways, just so you can find him. And there's also videos about this car on his channel about what's happened and the actual experiences he's had. So do check them out. If you're thinking about modifying a car, it's definitely something to consider. So yeah, check him out, and we'll catch you on the outside of the car. Right, so here we are back outside this Golf R. I'll go for a little walk around the car just to show you guys what it's had done. On the outside, it actually looks fairly standard. It's standard wheels, the bodywork is completely standard apart from the obvious, which is the wrap and the exhaust pipe. Other than that, on the outside, it actually does look very, very standard. It's got a couple of decals on it, which Axel's put on himself, and it's just his social media accounts and stuff. So yeah, and then what we'll do is after the walk around, we'll go for a drive and you'll see exactly what I mean. This thing is epic, seriously epic. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video and check this out. So as you can see on the boot lid there, it's actually completely different sort of flip sort of paint. Well, the wrap, and there you go, purple now. It seriously looks so good in the flesh. It's very difficult to actually explain how good this thing looks in the flesh. Because you see loads of these cars and loads of these photos and stuff on the internet, and they do look nice, you know, they do look very nice. And it's almost, from here it looks green. And then the other side, you look at it from back down here and it's like purple. It's awesome. Seriously, this is what I mean. This car is loud. It's loud in every possible way. The interior again is completely standard Golf R stuff. It's got the standard stuff like your flappy paddles on the gearbox, steering wheel. These are, I believe, the racing line extensions, which are way better than the standard stuff. These aren't actually clip-on ones. These are actually proper screwed into the steering wheel. And again, heated seats, sat nav. They've got this gloss black styling going on in the middle here, as with all Golf Rs, which looks very good. I think they do need it. It's quite with the actual nature of the car, I think it's very important. And then obviously the popular version of the Golf R, the DSG gearbox, and electronic handbrake, which was a bit of a no-no at first, but yeah, I think everybody's getting used to them nowadays. No more handbrake turns, but it is what it is. And so yeah, on the inside, that is that. There's not really, you know, it is literally a Golf R, standard wheels. You do get these with the Pretoria wheels that some people did opt for. Most people went for these wheels. These are actually, I think these are called Caddies wheels. They're a wicked wheel. Also, they've got diamond cut finish on them, and the black inserts. The actual the other wheels that they did have, they were prone to cracking. Now, I know of a lot of people that have actually suffered, their wheels have suffered cracks, which is not something that you'd want, but they were prone to them. They run really low profile tires. I think they're slightly bigger size than these, one size bigger. So any potholes would crack them. Like I mentioned on the previous, like the RS3 video, the RS3 suffered from a similar thing as well. I think it's just a general thing with a lot of cars. Even like your C63s had the same problem. Low profile tires, potholes on the roads nowadays, gone, finished. Your wheels are done. So these are probably the better ones to go for, in the sense, you know, you've got no issues with them in the sense of cracking and potholes and stuff. So yeah, I mean, back onto this Golf R. It's such a stunning car. Seriously, it is such an awesome looking car. These things, again, when they first come out, I don't know, I was a bit on the fence about these sort of cars, but after driving a few of them, I think they're absolutely awesome. They've even got like adaptive cruise control. Now, I think that is the sensor there for that. And that is one of what thing I found was, if you're on a long commute, it works wonders. It slows the car down, it speeds up to whatever speed you've set it to. in accordance to what's ahead of you. Perfect. It's adaptive, as it says in the name. So yeah, and the engine bay again, this is the new block that he's had fitted. I think this is a very low mileage engine. It's done a lot lower miles than the actual car, the body of the car has. There's a Litco, I think was it L500 hybrid turbocharger, full turbo back exhaust system, Turbo Technics intake pipe, the R600 intake. Again, the actual stickers, Axel realised one day the sticker was missing, but yeah, that is the R600 intake. And just look at it. This thing is mega, absolutely stunning. Now this is exactly how a Golf R should look if you want it to be loud. It's loud to look at, loud to hear, and most certainly is a very, very quick Golf R. I know a few people who've got stage 3 500 horsepower Golf Rs, but they look standard. And they're a bit of a sleeper, so you do surprise a lot of people. But this thing, with the way it actually goes and looks, well, with the way it sounds and looks, you wouldn't expect it to be as quick as it is. But boy, is this car fast. It's blisteringly quick. And you know, hats off to Axel. He's done a fantastic job of an already impressive car. I say that about a lot of cars on the channel, but most of these cars are very impressive. Honestly, it's very difficult to explain. So what we'll do is we'll go for a little drive now, and you'll know exactly what I mean. I'll show you a little startup of the car, a little rev up of the car. It is very loud, very loud. So for you youngsters out there that like these loud cars, perfect, seriously perfect setup this thing is. And yeah, and then what we'll do is we'll go for a drive, and you'll see exactly what I mean. Listen to this thing on the drive. It crackles, it pops, it bangs. It sounds absolutely mega. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I mentioned before, subscribe to our YouTube channel and Axel's channel as well. I'll put his link in the description, and he's also on Instagram just like we are. Ours is obviously our name, Performance Lifestyles, and Axel's is Axel Grassy Havnen, and I think they're the company that wrap the car. So if you ever want something doing, check them out. Adept Wrapping. So yeah, we'll catch you on the drive. Right, so here we are, back in this awesome Golf R. As previously mentioned, this thing is running 500 brake horsepower. It's a stage 3 Golf R, and it's safe to say it's loud in every possible way. It's a Golf R. It's been wrapped in this colour. It's like a flip sort of colour, and as you've probably seen on the actual intro, and the exhaust system, because it's running no back boxes, just a complete straight through system, so it eliminates all the valves in the exhaust, and it's loud. In eco mode, it's not as loud. It doesn't pop and bang and crackle and stuff as much, but as soon as you put it into the sports mode, is it
race or individual?
Race, yeah. That's the one. Race or individual. Axel's got his individual set up, so it's ASBO as well. And, and in race mode, it crackles and pops. Honestly, this thing is mad. This thing is very, very, very loud, but it goes with the rest of the car. It's a loud car to look at, it's a loud car to hear, and it's a bloody quick car. I mean, 500 brake horsepower from a hatchback. Awesome number, awesome number. So what we're going to do is we'll just go for a little drive, just give you guys a little feel. It's with it being a Golf R, they drive practically, it still drives as a Golf R. They've got such an awesome drive to them. It's a VAG. At the end, it's a VW Audi group car. They all drive very similar, and the drive on them is very, very good. So if you want comfort, refinement and stuff, these are perfect cars. If you want a 5-cylinder Burble, then the RS3 is a different sort of animal. But in standard form, the RS3 is a quicker car. But with this can't be compared to a standard RS3. This is, 500 brake horsepower in stage 3. So
we'll put it into individual mode. There's some
there you
the crackles.
This thing is quick. shifts. Let's put it that way. This thing is quick. And it grips very, very nice. I mean, it's a very dry day today. It's got the 4-wheel drive system that every Golf R has. And I must admit, the 4-wheel drive on these cars is mega.
Yeah, they're so good.
Very, very good. You know, they grip and they just plant. They put the power down very nicely. There's no wheel spin. There's no nothing. And this 500 horsepower stage 3 car, on a dry day, you're definitely not getting any spin, which is what you want.
100%. You always feel in control of the car. Even I'm driving now with a ESC completely off, and even still, you can feel the DSG system, the 4 motion doing its thing, and you do feel like you've got that security there, even with cold temperatures. And it's an animal, absolute beast. As soon as you put your foot down, you're gone.
For the purpose of this, I think this will be in race mode, and it'll just to show you guys how mega this thing sounds. It's loud in every possible way, and it's a very good thing. 500 horsepower, you want it to be loud. It's just mega. It shoots everything behind it. Everything behind it. It's like a little mini machine gun going off in the background here, and it sounds absolutely awesome. Even the classic car people are out today, getting shot by this Golf R. Oh, that guy standing on the roof just got shot as well. I think he nearly fell off.
Everyone's getting it today.
This is what I mean. Axel's got his car back now. He's out to make some noise.
Chaos.
And yes, chaos. Cause a lot of chaos. So with this car, it's also got like the base spec Golf Rs didn't come with a lot of extras. So this one's actually got sat nav. It's got heated seats, which in this day and age I think is a must, especially when you're spending that sort of money. In standard form, these are still 15, 16 or £1,000. And with the amount of work this has had done, they're quite a lot more than 15, 16,000 pounds. Because I know Axel's put quite a lot of money into this car, and you know, as to get it to stage 3 from a base car is a lot more money. But you know, the good thing for him was he had bought a stage 2 car, and then the next thing was quite literally turbo and map, and it's still a few £1,000s worth of work, but it transforms the car massively. A standard Golf R, 306 horsepower, I think that's what they are. And a stage 2, to get to stage 2, you get 400 horsepower, and it's a good few, you know, a couple of £1,000s. But then to go to stage 3, it transforms the car massively. It is a night and day difference. There's another 100 horsepower, so you've got the power of a Fiesta on top of your stage 2. Can't go wrong. And it's just a car that you could drive around normal, or you could drive around like this. Crackling and popping and banging, and this car is mega. To scare somebody, I must admit, this is possibly the loudest car that we've had on our channel. You can scare the living daylights out of people in this. I know the RS3s and the other couple of cars I've got there, you can scare people, but this is something else. Gear change is crisp, power delivery is crisp.
It's everything that you want, really is everything you want. I mean, I just personally can't get enough of that sound. I know, like, it would be too loud for some people. The noise probably isn't for everyone. On the motorway, when you're cruising, even in eco mode at about 70 miles an hour, you do get quite a fair bit of drone, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I love it. It's so worth it when you're tunnel blasting, when you're just in residential areas giving everyone a hard time. It's brilliant.
These people probably don't think that, but it is a very good noise.
I find that people, when they do go stage 3 or they really highly modify their cars, a lot of people on social media, they're really hesitant to talk about the problems because of their pride, but I'm really open about it, and this is, I think, creates the misconception that you can just go big numbers without expecting to run into any issues, whereas it's quite often different. The case is entirely different, and it is quite likely that you might have some issues. And I was unfortunate enough to have problems with a lot of things: fueling, piston shot out of the block, as Nav just said, my car caught fire. I went through it all. So I mean, I'll explain a bit more in depth about what happened, but yeah, a lot went down.
It's scary when it happens as well. I mean, I've never had it happen to me, but yeah, every time you see a bit of smoke coming out your car, it's like, oh, whoa, what's going on here? But Axel had more than just smoke. And like I said, he's gone through it in quite a bit of depth in his video on his channel, so do check that out. And I think it was a case of he was driving steadily. He wasn't even booting it or nothing, and it just literally seen flames out the back. And kind of like panicked, and then a few things happened. And so do check that out. These are the things that can happen with modified cars. A lot of people go into the thing that if a car's forged, or if it's, these engines are built for 600 horsepower, I'm only running 500, nothing can go wrong. They can still go wrong. It's still a machine at the end of the day, so please do be mindful of these things. It can happen at any point to anybody. Right then, guys, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to conclude this video for today. And thank you very much to Axel for coming down and showing us this car. And what a car. Like I've mentioned, I keep calling this amazing and every other car, but these cars, honestly, that we've got on our channel, they are absolutely amazing cars. And this is another one of them. 500 horsepower hatchback car, 4-wheel drive system, 2-litre turbo. What is not to like about them? Fantastic car. So like I said, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Performance Lifestyles, Instagram, Performance_Lifestyles, and we're on Facebook as well. I forgot the name of the thing. Yeah, Facebook as well, so Performance Lifestyles. So check us out. We've got plenty of content on there, and we've got plenty of content to come. And just before you go, you want to listen to this noise. I think that guy standing on the side over there thought he was getting shot. Again, thank you very much for watching the video, guys. Subscribe to our social media accounts and YouTube channel. Axel's as well. He's got his own YouTube channel, like I mentioned. The link will be in the description. And we'll stay safe, everybody, as per usual, and we'll catch you on the next video.
Yeah, so I'll try and sort of explain it in the quickest way possible, because it's quite an in-depth situation. I mean, I've had a lot of issues with this car, and like Nav was saying, a lot of people are reluctant to speak about what problems arise when they try and chase such high numbers. And
let me clarify, it wasn't issues with the car that we sold him.
No. This was after I decided, to start going stage 3. So essentially, I mean, everything's been replaced from this fueling related. First off, so I had problems with injectors that were clogged up, so all my injectors have been replaced, top rail and bottom rail injectors. See, I didn't know that this car actually had 8 fuel injectors, so there you go. So it actually has a top rail of injectors, and then there's a bottom rail, which is another 4 sitting underneath the manifold, which was news to me. So all of those have been replaced, and then to actually go stage 3, you need a high pressure fuel pump. So I had to get an Autotech HPFB high pressure fuel pump, which I got from AKS Tuning in Bedfordshire. First one, unfortunately, was a little bit faulty, so we had that one replaced. Then that was running fine, and then my low pressure fuel pump failed. So I had to get that done as well. So everything fueling was just an absolute nightmare. My car started misfiring. It was issue after issue, and then on a base map, my clutch started slipping as well. So I don't think I won't mention names, but I think it was something to do with the tune that may have slightly affected the car's performance, and a gearbox map wasn't put on straight away, so that also affected the reliability and again how the car was performing. So my clutch started slipping, and then essentially when I got it right in the end, when everything was replaced and all my new parts were fitted, I had to get a new clutch, because if you look at my clutch plates, they were just completely bent, and they just looked absolutely atrocious. Like they weren't linear.
These are problems that you don't really need, but they do happen. So something to take into account when you're modifying a car, really. These things can happen, and I think Axel's experienced probably all of them problems that you don't get on every car, but it is all down to the mapping and all down to who's done the work and all down to how the car's been driven. So it's one of them. It's So yeah, and then there was a big issue as well that he had. The main issue was
after all of this, after I finally, like I was saying, I had everything replaced, got my stage 3 tune done, gearbox map was fitted, everything was checked over, had a fresh service. I was driving away literally about a week after I had the stage 3 map and gearbox map fitted, and basically what happened was I was driving down a country road, I think not near Wolverhampton. It was somewhere else. It wasn't Wolverhampton. I've forgotten the name. Worcester. I was driving from Worcester. There you go. I knew it'd begin with a W. So I was driving from around the Worcester area, and I wasn't even ragging it. I was in eco mode, and I was going down a country lane. And in this car, when you're in eco, the revs drop all the way down to 0.
It coasts,
so just coasts.
Yes.
Completely coasts. So I was coasting down a hill, and as the road started to flatten out again, I put my foot back onto the accelerator pedal, and as soon as I did that, all I heard was a bang. I was with my girlfriend at the time. We looked in our rearview mirror, and all we saw was just this bright yellow, just light in the rearview mirror, and we just both knew what happened. And the car just completely cut out. Steering sort of locked a bit. Felt like the wheels locked up, and I just skidded and sort of 360'd into a curb, and it bent my rear left wheel. It kind of ruined the rear axle a little bit, and essentially what had happened was, piston shut out of the block, and I got a private investigator on the case. Now, he claimed that I was losing some oil from my sump, and what happened was oil was draining out over a period of time. It starved my engine, and that caused the piston to shoot out. And what happened was oil had travelled back to the hot part of the exhaust, and that caused the fire.
Right, okay.
But what I found to be a bit odd was that I didn't see no oil warning light, and I check my oil most days anyway. So that morning, I was pretty sure, I checked my oil, my levels seemed fine. So
it could have happened whilst you were out that day.
Well, yeah, it could have happened so instantly.
The car's not sitting low or nothing, so it's not as though the sump had scraped. But again, these are things that can happen when it's a machine at the end of the day, and these are the genuinely things that can happen. So, but yeah, and then he's got it fixed. Eventually, even that was a bit of a drama, but it's happened. It's back on the road, and he's out to make some noise.